Hey, welcome back. So the past day in class, we did a real world problem that was called indirect, and we were using mirrors and the angle of reflection, thinking angle rule or side rule. Okay, so today's new topic, angle bisector theorem. Okay, do we know what it means to bisect an angle? All right, all day today, angle rule, side rule, side angle rule. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about the angle bisector theorem. An angle bisector of a triangle divides the interior angles opposite side into two segments that are proportional. We've been doing proportions, haven't we? Okay, so vocabulary. What does it mean to bisect? Cut in half. So first thing I want you to do is write in your notes to cut in half. Okay? Next thing I want you to do is just draw a big wide angle, just like this. Okay? Now, think of it as a Pac-Man. We're going to bisect. So in order to bisect, we'll grab a line here. I'm just going to go out a long ways. Okay? Boom. And I'm going to make this look a tad wider there so it looks perfect. Okay? All right. So we bisected. Now mark that. This angle is equal to this angle. Boom. Okay? We bisected this angle. Okay, and to copy, we'll call this A. All right? And then we're going to come out here and we're going to talk about this in a minute. So far we agree. We have an angle equal to an angle. Now to prove that this works, I would like you to create a line that's 90 degrees, okay? So we're going to attach a line at 90 degrees. Boom. Boom. Now we've created a new shape, okay? This new shape has 90-degree angles. So if you'd mark that. All right. Now, can you see by angle rule, and we're going to copy A, B, D, C. Triangle A, B, D is similar to triangle A, C, D. Why? Angle rule. The angle rule tells us that they are similar. Okay? Now, because they're similar, that means these two lines are proportional. These two lines are proportional. Okay? So I want you to believe that the angle bisector rule does exist. We created it in such a way as to bisect. Once we did that bisect, then we can do all sorts of cool things. Okay? All right. And it works from the angle perspective. That's what I proved to you. Now, when we go back here in the real world, you see how these angles don't look the same? Angles do not look the same. Okay, the angles don't look the same. So the angle bisector theorem. So this angle bisector works with the side rule once we know that we bisected the angle. Once we know we bisected an angle. Okay? Wow, that's a mouthful. Okay? An angle bisector of a triangle divides the interior angle opposite side into two segments that are proportional. CD is proportional to DB. Okay, that's proportional to that, that's proportional to that, or this to this, and this to this. All right, pause the video if you need to take some notes. Let's go try it. Okay? All right. So, let's try an example here. Okay? And let's move me. Move me. Get out of here, Monty. All right. Let's create an example of this new idea. Now, I've got one for the video. Okay? We bisected it, and we have a 24 and an 8, a 30 and an X. Okay? So the idea is, once we know we bisected it, we have proportional and proportional, or proportional and proportional. Okay? Let's try it. 24 CD bisects angle C, boom, boom, solve for DB. Okay? Well, I like symmetry, and we're saying that this triangle is proportional to this triangle. And I want you to believe that because of the angle bisector theorem. Okay? All right. So Monty likes to use each triangle like this. So let's do it this way first. 24 to the 8 as 30 to the X. Okay? So 24 goes to the 8 as 30 goes to the X. Okay? There we go. Now, before we even do the math, 24 and 8, 24 and 8. How many 8s in 24? There's 3 of them. If there's 3 of them, 3 of them, what is X? X equals 10. Let's try it. Let's see if we actually get X is equal to 10. Okay? All right. So we've got to have the skill of cross multiply. So 24 times X gives us 24 X's. 8 times 30 gives us 240. So 24X equals 240. What's the opposite? What's the opposite of multiply? There's a little dot right here. Opposite of multiply is divide. Okay? Divide both sides. And lo and behold, we win. 24 divided by 24 is 1. And X is indeed equal to 10. Now in this case, did you see the factor? Okay. Now you can go the other direction. If it made more sense because of the drawing to go this way, there's nothing wrong with that. we still get the same answer. Let's just do that real quick. Okay, so let's move me out of the way. So 24, let's get rid of that. 24 goes to 30 as 8 goes to x. You see how we get the same thing? We're going to get 24x and 8 times 30. See, the beauty of proportions, the beauty of symmetry, it doesn't matter which direction you go, you get the same answer every time. All right? Okay, in class, we made up one and tried it. Okay, now let's move on and try a real world one. Okay, so let's just see what we got here. An angle bisector triangle divides the opposite sides into segments whose lengths are proportional to the lengths of the adjacent. Proportional to the lengths of the adjacent sides of the angle, whose lengths are proportional to the adjacent. Adjacent. So they want you to actually say A and B are adjacent, and remember, opposites, C over D. But we know that we don't have to do it that way. So pause the video, and I want you to try this one. Okay, thanks. Coming back. Okay, now I'm going to go literally what they said. 35 goes to 20, the proportion of the adjacent, as x goes to 16. Okay, now we have to do the cross multiply, that to that, that to that. So we have 35 times 16, and that's equal to 20 times x. Okay, and we know how to undo a multiplication. Actually, let's do that first. What do we got? 35 times 16, 560. 560 equals 20x. The opposite of multiply. There's a dot right there. Divide both sides by 20. Okay, and we win. X equals 28. Okay, and it wouldn't have mattered which direction we go. Want to go this way? Get the same answer. 35 goes to x as 20 goes to 16. Can you see how 20x, boom, 35 times 16, boom. Okay, all right. So I want you to now see if you can figure this one out. They wrote it a little bit different. See if you can make sense of that. Pause the video. Okay, here's the key. The whole thing is 14. What goes right here? 10, right? 10 plus the 4 is the 14. So now we have our two relationships. According to the book, we're supposed to go 5x to 6 as 10 to 4. Always make sure you go the same direction. So this time I went this way. This time I went this way. Could have gone up and down. Okay? So now we got to cross multiply. And we have 5x times 4 is equal to 6 times 10. 20x is equal to 60. Okay? And now we got to divide that out. The opposite of multiply is divide. X equals 3. All right. The rest of today, I want to make sure we have a short week. We got to get to Mathia. Okay? Mathia is all about similarity. and the angle-angle rule, the side-side-side rule, side-angle-side rule, and yes, there will be some proportions. All right? So we had a good week. Hopefully you did something with a mirror. See you next Tuesday. Bye.